Right, here we are, Jeff, another day, another yoke, and more milling.
Well, it's not really milling, but...
Well, what are you doing?
I'm taking them all to... I think it's a bit... pointless, but...
Right, yeah, so this is a yoke you made a slight error for, because you drilled the holes a bit too big. So what size are these holes now?
I tried to use the borer to true them up using the rotary table to get the two centres within a foot or two, I thought. But the little did I know, there's a fault with the quill.
Right.
In fact, it made us jump. It's got a damaged tooth on it. The power feed doesn't work, and when I was boring, the wobble there was a little bit more than
acceptable.
Acceptable, yeah.
So you've got to widen it out a little bit more.
So basically, the head wants a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's all right for general milling, but I was boring with it. I was doing it by hand, but it was vibrating, rattling. It got on central, and then I could make a mandrel then to pick the centres up. But there's something, I've tried picking now, the angle's missing, but there's no drive there, so I don't know. When you pull the quill, it suddenly goes plunk, as if there's a tooth damaged, or if it's damaged on the quill itself. Basically, the miller is fucked.
Right, okay.
Oh, sorry, swearing.
No, it's okay. But the end result is the holes you drilled aren't quite right, so you're having to widen them out, and then you're going to sleeve them, you said?
Yeah, I just thought I'd take them out a little bit. I mean, it's still 8 and 9 mil on the wall thing, which is more than plenty. So what I want to do is take them out to 48.
Yeah.
Put a mandrel in, put a little step about 3 mil deep to 51, and then make like a space that sort of taps in.
Yeah.
So obviously you don't want to just make them, they can creep.
No, yeah. So what size will it eventually be with those spaces?
43.
43 mil, yeah. Quite a common size.
Yeah.
So there you go, it's trying to rescue these yokes so that we can still use them again. Right, good, so we'll come back when you've done that.
Well, I'll just go around it in a minute.
Yeah.
And then do the other one, and then basically I've got to make a little mandrel length to pick up off there, go in about 3 or 4 mil.
Yeah.
Something was like a little step on it, so obviously they've got to go in underneath.
Yes.
So we can't creep out.
Like little top hats. Yeah.
Someone would say it's a lot of work, but at the minute I've not got much work.
No. Well, plus you're also saving the money. I mean, there's a fair bit of money in that material there.
Plus, if I can use, I mean, I was going to put the 43s on my Kawasaki anyway.
Yeah.
So,
waste not, want not.
Well, 2 slabs of metal now, what I'm using is nearly 80.
Yeah. Not cheap, no.
Before you even start.
Yeah. Okie doke.
Right. What you do is take one cut out, and then if you go around again, because the table's got a tiny bit of play in it.
Well,
this is what happens with equipment.
Well, it's very old, isn't it? I mean, all your gear is very old.
It takes its centre up again.
I mean, this is probably from the 60s, is it? 60s or 70s, this particular miller?
This miller's only probably a 2000s.
Really? Okay. Well, it's like be older than that, but never mind.
If you want quality, you've got to look at that Rambaudi.
Oh yeah, I know you like your Rambaudi over there.
Well, that's quality. I don't think they make stuff like that anymore.
So who makes Rambaudi? Are they Italian?
Italian,
or? Yeah, they sound Italian, yeah.
Well, if they're as good as some of the motorcycles and cars, then we are on a winner.
Well, some would say otherwise. Yeah. Well, you've got this one working now, so why worry?
But as long as this is in and getting the work done, you don't seem to...
Yeah, that can stay as it is for the time being.
Yeah.
Right, great stuff.
Like that hand, nice free cut round it, it's just taking maybe a power tool out.
Yeah. Quick close up there.
You can just, But the trouble thing is, as long as it all, whatever size it is, I can then machine the sleeves individually
To suit, yeah, to suit, yeah.
So, I can ball them all on the lathe to the 40 to the fork size, but then I can do the externals just to suit.
Yeah, whatever hold
any
up.
slight discrepancies.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right.
What
Well.
I'll do is I'll tap them in and I'll super Loctite them in. And,
Okay.
I don't think it'll be a problem.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Another day, another visit. I see you've been busy, Jeff. It's all blooming. Everything's changing. We've got 2 frames here, but they're not here being worked on. I don't think. There's been.
I need to finish a bit of welding, but the project's ongoing.
Right. But looking around, it looks like it's all changed once again in your workshop. Everything's been moved around. There's all things everywhere. Like a Rubik's Cube.
Well, the bike that was here, the comp bike, is now.
It's now. So let's go in here and see what you've been up to.
Okay.
Let's just go through. It's all a bit crammed.
I'll move the
ladders,
ladder, which we can't use at the minute.
No,
anyway.
because that's in the way. And if I look up here, you can see the problem. There's no blooming room. It's just full of stuff.
Well, it's all it's eBay boxes.
Okay. So anyway, this is now the drag bike is
yeah.
here. You've moved it
Yeah.
on its little jig,
Yeah.
and the jig now has wheels, which is excellent.
But what I want to do, there's some plywood on there, and at the bottom there, I want to put some of that thick ply across there so it comes to here, and then I can put a load of boxes.
Yeah.
I can put a lot of that
More stuff, more junk
under it.
Yes.
Well, you know, all the stuff connected with it.
Yes. Okay. So we will move forward then.
But I can if I need to get there as a bench, I can just wheel it here.
So there's your exhaust pipes you've
Wheel
been
it
working
back
on.
into, yeah.
They're not really changed.
Well,
Nothing's happened.
I
Really.
have dragged that other wheel out.
Okay. Well, that's off. Is that for Zephyr or
That's
something?
a Zephyr.
Yeah. Well. So you're going to use that, or you're going to use this?
Well, the thing is with the Z650, it's a 15 mil, you know, the forks, and I did buy that in. I thought, but them will go straight on there.
Okay, so you might change the front wheel.
I might just paint that silver, you know, and polish the rim.
Which
But
one's
once
lighter?
this are on, it looks.
That looks a lot.
Do you know if that wheel, if they weren't at a tangent, if they just come off, what
they look good.
that would be a very.
Which one's heavier? I guess that one's
I'd
heavier.
say that's heavier. That.
Yeah, it's wider, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's a 3-inch rim, and that's a 2.75
Okay.
or 250.
Okay, so it takes a narrower time.
Yeah. So I probably only have to get something like an 80, 90, 17.
Yeah, 70, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is on there.
Probably a 17
Yeah.
on 20.
Yeah, so I could do with picking a tyre up.
Right.
Anyway,
okay.
let's see.
Anyway, so keep going, keep moving, lad.
Good. Yeah.
Right, so moving on then.
And the question is, as someone said, well, if you're not using it, get rid of it. But
What's all this for?
these. Oh,
These.
that was the jigs, you know, for
It's
different. What it was.
a jig. Okay.
It's a jig, and what it was, there's 3 different sizes there. You know, the pistons are made.
Oh, you mean, okay.
You know, when you want to scoop them out.
Right.
That's.
Oh, it's made for making pistons.
Well, plus there's a sleeve there. You bolt that on. You bolt clamp your piston in there vertically. You know, when they're good. And then
you're going to machine out the
you know
pin.
the bottoms how they scoop them out.
Yes.
You can put them in there, and then you can do it on the rotary table.
Okay. So that bolts to the rotary table.
This all fits in, yeah. There's a
understand.
centre pin in there.
Yeah, okay.
But then you can slide it. You can adjust it back and two to. You know.
Oh, I see. I thought it was something for a bike. It's not. Well, it is for a bike. It's for.
It's a jig that I
It's a
made.
fixture for making pistons.
So yeah.
Okay, let's keep on going. What else we got down here? Well, lots of metal
Just
work.
got to tidy. Yeah.
Tidied up.
There's some of your crank bits here.
Oh, God.
I think they're your crank
Are they?
bits.
Oh, well, who knows? So anyway, you were making some yokes last time I was here. So where are they? We got lots of yokes here.
Well, they're the 43s now. I've made the sleeves. They're in.
yeah. So that's where you sort of made a mistake and you had to sort of fix the problem by
The only
making-
thing is, by doing it that way, when you get the vern on here, it's about 2. It's about 2 thou difference. But as long as you use,
Well, I wouldn't argue about 2
if
thou.
you turn that one that way, it'll go. As long as you keep them that way,
It's okay. Yeah.
a 2 thou's
No,
not gonna.
I wouldn't worry about that. So what about the rest of these things? We've got
So,
some here that are yet
These
to
are
be
for
done.
the comp. These are for the. I've just been working out the angles, and I've set the bolts up to go. If you have to start doing that and getting the bolt in at that angle, it's not easy. I'd rather just have it in so that's flat and run the bolt in. The only trouble is then your slot becomes bigger.
Okay, well.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Cheat?
Cheat.
That's no problem.
Well, not really cheating. And what I'm going to do... Oh, they're on the thingy there.
All right.
I'd have to get an Allen bolt. Yeah, well, yeah. What I'm going to do, say that's the Allen bolt that's going in.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is machine an angle on it. So it's like countersunk.
Like a sort of bevel, yeah.
Countersink it.
Yeah.
And have them sat out about halfway. So they're not flush. So it gives you... your slot. You don't want the slot coming right back here.
No.
So I've worked out when the countersunk, that's the line to the bottom of
That's where you'll slot them, yeah.
No, it wants doing above.
Okay.
You know, maybe about a mil above the line. So it doesn't... You don't want it coming in and affect, the bore.
Okay.
It wants to come through cleanly. So you've got to go above that. So if you put a bolt in at that angle, you're going to struggle even there. Some of it's going to be sat out.
Yes, yeah.
So I'd rather machine an angle on them to suit the counter, and have them like that. And it gives you with having an angle on the bolt, you can then bring your slot further up.
Okay. So there's one set. What about the set here?
Well, that's what I'm going to do with them. And,
Okay.
and
They'll be the
these
same.
as well.
It's the same.
There are. So I'm just now I've got everything moved
What's all this
around.
about? What's all this
Oh,
about?
that's a thingy bracket for the Z650 forks. You know, the one off the other one.
A brace.
Yeah,
a brace.
the one off the other one's a different fitting.
Okay.
Plus the lugs are in a different spot.
Okay.
So. Oh no, sorry.
It's a fork brace.
The bolt fittings are the same. It's just that they were lower down, which means that on the
brace has to be.
Z650 forks,
Okay.
it's
You've got to
too
change
low.
it. So what about all these other blooming...
Yeah, you can see that's the original, where the original holes would have been. And
you have to change them.
so I've had to go up about another
10 mil or whatever.
10 mil, yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Just
So there'll be two of them, and then there'll be some
the
sort of
bars going across it. They've probably
yeah.
been very, very close to the tyre.
Yeah, I do like that style. Right, so what else we got here? Then we got some more of your old yokes.
These are just what we're
Yokes
on.
or us?
Can't remember what they were off now.
Okay, they're off something. What size are they? They look quite big, don't they?
I think they're 43s.
43s, yeah.
They're off. They were off the bike, the drag bike original.
Oh god.
You know that had the Suzuki forks.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember. So a long time ago. And what about the other one?
Oh, was it them? Oh no, it's them.
Okay.
Sorry, not them. Them.
They've all been machined out. You see, you've machined out the bases. And
sorry, they're 40. Yeah, they've been. Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about that, it was done ages ago to stop the stem from pulling through.
Oh, I see you got
There's two grub screws in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
it's going nowhere, is it? It's going nowhere.
I didn't like. It's not the best.
Not
way.
ideal. Yeah.
No.
So you've got plenty of yokes to play with.
Oh, there's loads of.
In fact, I'm seeing even more over here behind you. There's even more yokes.
They're the 37s
Okay.
off the Unitrack forks.
Right, Unitrack.
That were originally on.
Right. Okay. Oh, I can't keep up. It's too
No.
And you've got yet more forks down here.
They're for the
You sort of Street Fighter thing.
the Street Fighter thing that's got the other one.
The other one.
But I've got a funny feeling when they go on it, they're going to be a bit short.
Well, you won't know till you try it.
Well, no, but I've got a funny feeling they're going to be
Too short.
too short. Which means, if they are, you don't want it. Anyway, until it's set up,
Well, you could either have
I'm not going to know.
You can modify the top yoke, can't you?
Well-
And have a drop top yoke. But that's even more work
That's
and more
dropped
expensive.
in. That's dropped in there about halfway.
Yeah.
And I think when we did, we machined a couple of lugs. So we've gained about an inch there,
Yes.
3/4 of an inch.
Yes. I'm sure you can work it out.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes when they're on.
Okie doke.
Um,
Yeah, so right now, this is like a bit of a Rubik's Cube because you're moving things around, but there's no room to put anything, so everything's kind of...
well, now, like
It's
say,
sixes and sevens.
all this plywood under here, I've got to get some of that off to go under that.
And there's a lot of stuff down here, which is going to take a long time to move. Anyway, don't do your backing when you're moving heavy things like that.
It's not that. You're moving loads of things, light things, but there's that much, and it's like,
I know,
where the hell do
I
we
know.
put it?
Yeah, well,
Um,
I would say put it outside, but it's just starting to rain for the first time in 2 months,
well,
so...
yeah. It's,
But I'm sure the farmers are happy.
good.
Yeah, we've not had rain for about 2 months.
So now that's in here, I can
Yeah.
start getting the engine stuff done.
Yeah,
And
there it is. Right, so I've got all sorts of bits and bobs for the last few weeks from being here. There's not really a sort of start, middle and end. It's just sort of random bits and bobs. So we'll put it all together and hopefully people can see what you've been up to.
Yeah.
And we'll come back another day and hopefully see this thing with
I've got them things to finish to fit the
things
under there. Them.
Outriggers, yeah.
Well, you wanted one for that other Kawasaki,
Yes,
so I've done.
Why?
I've got to get them on Miller.
Yeah.
I mean, the Miller for doing all that stuff's fine.
Yeah.
It's just when I went to bore them through them yokes.
Yeah, you were having
The
issues.
quill had come out about 3 inch, and you could. It was moving.
Yeah, which isn't ideal for accurate
It's not ideal.
drilling
Yeah.
or milling. Right, okay, great stuff. Anything else we can talk about in the meantime before I go home?
No, I've got I've got that.
That's been
I'm going
moved.
to try and set when I get some room on here. I'm going to try and have how to set the TIG up and have a play with it.
Yeah. Oh, you got that tick? Yeah, that tick down there.
It's down here now.
That someone gave you that you've not had time to play with yet.
Well, that's the bit off the press. That once I've got the press in where I want it there, I can do.
Okay, so as I say, I've got all kinds of bits and clips from the last few weeks which don't really work together, but I'll just put it all together and you can get a feel for what Jeff's been up to over the last month or so.
Well, like I say, I've had to put the compressor in because I want to spray. Hopefully, I've got that bit. Once I've got it in there, all right, I can whip the jig out. I want to spray that
some painting
seat unit there.
Okay.
Get some gloss paint on it.
Yeah.
You know what Wally did, don't you?
But isn't that the puck rather than the final image? I thought this was just made for making something else.
That's a pattern.
Yes,
that
a pattern.
is actually what you'll get when you've made the mould.
Yeah, so you've got to make a mould
but
from that.
I slipped with it, didn't I?
Oh, you got to do some more work.
And I've got to be careful, and it's split there. See the split?
Right. Oh, I see. You dropped it. Oh dear.
There.
Yeah, a little crack
So
there.
it's split there.
A bit of filler on there.
I'm going to have to just blend it in a little bit.
Yeah.
As it slipped out my hands and landed on it, and
dear.
it's all, basically what it is all wood and everything.
Yeah. Behind it, it's just all sorts
Cobbled
of
together with filler. So I'm just going to have to fettle that up, give it a good blocking down. But don't forget, if there's dips on it, well, the better you can get it, obviously. It's
so you'll be making a mould from that, which in turn will be made used to make the final.
Once you've made the mould, that is actually what you'll get.
Yeah.
Give or within.
Once the mould's been made, you don't need that anymore. It's just going to be binned.
That's what I say. Once I've made the mould, I can get
But didn't you say your mate's going to make you a mould or something?
Well, Steve, I asked him, but
You don't heard from him?
I don't like mithering him.
No. Okay.
I might ring him and ask him.
Yeah.
But then, if I can make a mould,
Then he can make the final
then it
product.
takes a lot. And then I'd say, well, you
Do the rest.
you do the rest.
I think Steve knows a lot of useful people.
Yeah. Because even Steve said, "Oh, I like that." I said,
Perhaps
I mean,
he'll make one as
don't get
well.
me wrong. It's bigger there, but it's just enough because obviously you can then
You can also cut it back a bit.
You can cut it back so it is a little bit bigger there than what
Than it needs to be.
it actually needs to be.
Yeah. So eventually, the final product out of this will go on there,
That it'll fit,
and it'll have these really cool 4 exhaust pipes shooting out.
hopefully, just
Below it.
on that
Sort of
nice somewhere around
On there.
along there. Yeah.
At least that's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. But don't hold your breath.
Yeah, but once I've got my room in here, I can start getting some work done.
Right. Okay.
But I think we've still got some fiberglass.
We have, but probably not enough to make a mould from that.
I might have to get another gallon of resin or something.
Yeah. You need a lot of resin for that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because you don't want to make it flimsy. It's going to have to be pretty.
But
You want at least-
that place down the road's closing soon, isn't it? So they might have some good.
Harry's?
Yeah, they're going to have some good deals apparently.
Ah.
You might get some good deals.
Well,
Anyway,
let's see if I can. I've got to find some money.
of course. Right. Okay. So we'll end it here then, and we'll come back another day and see how you're getting on with your various yokes. And hopefully, what I want to see is that on its wheels.
well-
on its wheels.
Well, it's
front and back.
Its wheels. Yeah, it may have its wheels on. But,
Yes. Well, you know what I mean. As a roller,
Yeah.
'cause I think it should look pretty damn cool.
Oh, it'll
Right.
look,
Okay. So with that.
And I thought, well, my colour scheme, red.
Oh, go on.
I was going to go green, but I'm
No, not
thinking-
green. I know you like green, but
I'm thinking red might look nice. But along here, how you get the blue and the silver stripe. Coming there. Like the GPZ.
yeah, Kawasaki.
Like a blue and a silver stripe just coming up there. Sort of fading out.
Yeah, or blue and white.
Well, blue and silver, I think, is the original, isn't it?
Okay.
I think blue and silver is original.
Yep. The wind's picking up,
Yeah.
making some weird noises. Anyway, with that, we'll call it quits because I've got to go home now.
Right.
Right, that's it. So thanks for watching.
Right. Well, I'm going to take
cheers.
this off here, and I'm
Yes.
going to see what that's like when I spin it round.
Yeah. Okay. Give it a bit more room.
Yeah. I can
Right.
do.
That's it. I must go home now. So thanks for watching, and cheers.
Thank you.